Hello, this is a quick tutorial on what the color maps actually mean. Now, we've got here the front material.png, and we're going to go to channels. This is in GIMP, if you're wondering. And we're going to turn off the green and blue channels. We're going to deselect those so that we're not editing those either. And now we've just got the red channel, and the red channel you can see is pretty simple. It's just got two different values here, and the values are actually what you see when you have a look at the foreground color, change the foreground color by selecting that color with Control click. You'll see that the red value here is 48. Now, if I select this area over here instead, I'll get 16. Now, I'm just looking at the red value because the material groups in the code rely on the red value only. So if you look at the material group here, the value that it's asking for is 16, which is this dark place over here, all of this color here. So if I select that color, you'll see this is the selection. I've just made it red. So all of that perfectly red stuff, that's where it's changing the stuff in the complex materials part of the code. So if we have a look a little bit up here, we'll see the 48 value one, and that is changing this one over here. So if we have a look at and it's actually selecting all of the channels at once, which is why you can see the ore deposits coming up. We can see this is 48, and so yeah, that's how that works. And if you go down the bottom here, there's value 0. Now value 0 is not actually used, so I'm not sure why it's still in the code, but you could put value 0 in just by putting in a bunch of perfect black on this channel. Shouldn't affect any of the other channels because you've got turned off. And now these rules here under other features would be able to happen as well. So it would do all these other rules that are in here. So I forgot to mention one really important thing is that you can actually edit this and the other file, the SBC file, and put in your own custom biomes and things. All you've got to do is put in a new material group. So just copy the material group thing here and just put material group with a normal just HTML notation kind of thing and a close thing, and then in between you can put any kind of rules that you want, and then you just put in the material group bit on here just to make that have the right name and all of that. So we can change this to my own group thing, and then you can change the value to something that's a bit more useful because you don't want it to be the same as the other ones. So you can change this to 91, for example, and then as long as you put in some 91 red, I'll make this nice and obvious, then that's where that rule will always apply. So you can pretty much just do whatever you want with biome maps. You can fill in the whole thing. You can make lots of stuff. You can even get the height map and use that as a mask to change certain parts of the height map. Say you want to only change parts that have a certain slope, so you can use an external program to select or export only part of the height map, and you can edit it that way. So yeah, that's one extra little thing.